Are you really enough, God? Do you really have my best interest? Can you really fill me? Hey folks, Father Columba here. Hello. So I know I've spoken before about fear, because fear is a thing. It's definitely a thing for me. Whenever I get like a new like insight or something that helps me or strikes me about it, I'm like, oh, okay, I want to share it with all my people. It was this really simple phrase that I came across somewhere or other. Courage is just fear that said its prayers. So I love that. Courage is just fear that said its prayers. I love that because it's so simple. You know, you're in the place of fear and the last thing you're thinking is, I've got this. I'm super courageous. You know, I definitely can't feel that emotion. I'm wanting to use the virtue, but sometimes in the moment I can't even think. What's courage like? It seems a million miles away. So this saying says, no, in the very moment of fear, courage is right there. It's just almost on the flip side. And we have to just know how to get into the flip side of that experience of fear and discouragement and whatever else comes to you in those moments. This is also true just generally in the moment of temptation. I think there's a need for this breakthrough of courage in the very moment of any temptation. Again, I've probably quoted this one before to you, but I love there's this quote in the movie We Bought a Zoo, which is a fun little movie. Matt Damon and Scarlett Johansson. He has a big brother. Okay, so he's a dad, but he has a big brother. And his big brother gives him some advice every now and again. And he'd given it to him years ago and it had really helped. And then kind of gives it again, if I remember the story correctly. But the advice is, and I hope this is the right quote, but all you need is 20 seconds of insane courage. Just literally 20 seconds of just embarrassing bravery. I love that. And he says, and I promise you something great will come to you. That's just cool. Because when I think of that, it's like, it chunks it into, it's a small little chunk. It's like, okay, you mean I don't have to be brave all the time? Yeah, I'm intimidated all the time by people and situations. I'm like, whoa, just thinking somebody else would be really good in this situation. I'm thinking of some other brothers who are like seemingly fearless to evangelize or whatever it is. But when I think of this little saying, all you need is just 20 seconds, not even 20 minutes, guys, just 20 seconds of crazy courage. I think of that, I'm like, oh, I can do 20 seconds. And this actually has really helped me because once I get started, I don't know about you, but I find it hard sometimes to get started. I call it Mount Everesting. I don't just make mountains out of molehills, I make Mount Everest out of nothings. And the reality is, I don't have to do that all day long. I don't have to climb, El Capitan and 3 impossible climbs in one day. But can I do one step of crazy courage for just the next 20 seconds? Like, yeah, I probably could. And this has helped me connect with groups of people. Sometimes when I'm traveling, say something in a talk, I'm like, I really think I'm supposed to say this, but it's helped me in confession. Something comes up, I'm like, how can I be like breathtakingly real, honest, and vulnerable in this situation? Friendships of like of vulnerability and sharing or challenging someone. Oh my gosh, conflict. But all we really need is just 20 seconds. Because once it's started, you can kind of, along you go. Obviously, this isn't the full answer, but it certainly helps. And if, like me, you kind of sometimes get frozen in fear. Turns out this is a talk about 2 phrases about courage, but I like to see them together. Courage, it's just fear that said its prayers. Because this is cool because it brings God in, right? You're in that place of fear and you could, think this happy thought that, it just takes 20 seconds of insane courage. Just psych myself up. But the reality is so much better. We don't just have to go, it's a small thing, I could do it. What we can say is, small thing, big thing, doesn't matter. God's with me and he can make it happen. And to be able to turn, first of all, our fears to God, say, I'm super afraid. But I think I'm supposed to act contrary to this fear. Would you help me with this fear? Would you take it away? And then, not just that, but then saying my prayer. So then I'm also like, okay, but what do you want me to do in this situation? Which is so cool. It's not just, I obviously have to just do the opposite to the fear because, that could also be a really stupid thing to do. But it's turning away from the fear because that's often what we worship, turning towards God and saying, well, what do you want me to do? It's checking in with him, checking in with his heart. Who do you want me to be? And guys, so often We know what we're supposed to do in the moment. We know who we're supposed to be in the moment. We know what love looks like in the moment, but we're just not willing, or it's too much, or whatever else. But that's why we have himself, because we're not supposed to be able to do it, and he is able to do it, and he loves helping us to do it, and we just need to ask him. So when you are in the moment of fear, it's a blessed place. It's just a springboard, guys. Like, courage is just right there. And not just courage, God, the God of all courage, of all love, of all victory. He's right there. So do you have a fear going on? Do you have a temptation going on? Because sometimes I'll finish with this. It's what a different temptation, not just the temptation to fear and to freeze and all that, like to overcome a temptation that maybe you're just really hurting you. It's really got you chained up. In the moment of temptation, we always have this questioning, this lie, the lie and the truth going on of like, oh, giving into the temptation that's the solution. That's the lie. But it can be so hard to believe that the truth is true and the truth is good and that God will really bring me through if I follow him in the truth. If I don't give into the temptation and I keep walking in righteousness by his strength, do you really have me? Are you really enough, God? Isn't that it? Are you really enough? Do you really have my best interest? Can you really fill me? As a celibate and having given up family and career and property and my will for God, this comes up a lot. I'm constantly standing at the edge of the cliff going, you've got me, right? So this is real. Like, courage is just fear that said its prayer. It's just to turn ourselves totally to him, because he is real and he does have us, and he's got something so much better. He really has something so much better. So we can trust him. We can take that in just in that moment. Okay, just for this next 20 seconds, God, take away the fear. Show me what I'm supposed to be for this next 20 seconds. Give me some insane courage. And as it says in that beautiful movie, something really good will come to you, the Lord himself. All right, lads. God bless you. Nice to see you. Let's pray for each other, yeah? Bye now.